What ranged weapons do fantasy warriors use? Usually it's a bow or a crossbow. People often forget about slings. I remember that in D&D 3.5 they dealt only 1d4 damage, which was underwhelming. But how do slings work in GURPS? Are they good? Let's see. Sling is a hard difficulty skill. This alone makes it an unattractive choice for many players. After all, bow is an average difficulty skill and crossbow is an easy difficulty skill. Now let's check the weapon table in GURPS low-tech. Slings, just like many bows, appear at tier 0, and the rest are tier 1 weapons. Crossbows do not exist yet. Slings deal swing damage unlike most other ranged weapons. This means that a character with a sling will deal significantly more damage than a character with a bow that has the same strength. Slings are also versatile in terms of damage types. They can deal piercing, crushing, or even impaling damage, and swing and impaling damage is nothing to sneeze at. Accuracy is much worse than accuracy of bows or crossbows. Range is also much worse, but usually more than enough for your typical encounters. Weight is very low, and that's nice. Cost is much lower. Slings are dirt cheap. Strength requirement of slings is also low, and most of them need only one hand to throw the stone, but two hands to reload. Reloading time is the same as for bows, 2 seconds. Bulk is also low, so it is easier to use on the move. I talked about the bola perdida in my video about bolas, but I did not mention that it can also be used with a sling skill. So you can use a bola perdida with bolas, sling and flail skill. Unlike all other slings, this is a thrown weapon, not a projectile weapon, so you only get one shot. Coincidentally, this is the only sling weapon that can be used with only one hand, because you do not have to reload it. And it can be drawn with a fast draw flexible skill. Speaking of fast draw flexible can be used to quickly ready any sling. It is not set anywhere, but it probably should not apply to the staff sling. Sling ammo and throwing stones, when carried in a container, can be readied quickly with fast draw stone, increasing your rate of fire. The common sling is just a thong or cord with a pouch or cup for a missile. The staff sling is the same thing but attached to a stick, increasing power and range, but requiring two hands. These two slings can fire unshaped stones that can be found for free, but at -1 to hit. The default projectile is a shaped rock that costs 6 GURPS cents, which is very cheap. At tier 2, they can also launch lead bullets that give +1 to damage and double the range. A lead bullet costs 10 GURPS cents, which is not much more expensive. The heavy sling is designed to launch larger projectiles. It deals more damage, but its range is shorter and ammunition cost is higher. It can launch unshaped stones, shaped rocks that cost 10 GURPS cents, but cannot launch lead bullets. Slings, heavy slings, and staff slings can also launch oil flasks or primitive Molotov cocktails. This reduces accuracy to 0 and range to 40% of the normal range. This is especially important in fantasy games, where a variety of airborne poisons and alchemical grenades are available, giving this weapon an edge over bows and crossbows. The dart sling is designed to hurl foot-long finned darts, but it cannot hurl normal sling projectiles or flasks. Impaling damage type, however, hurts living things a lot. A dart costs 1 GURPS dollar. In terms of optional rules, slings don't get much love. Harsh realism for ranged weapons suggests replacing piercing damage type with crushing for slings. Quick shooting bows suggests allowing quick shooting for slings to increase their rate of fire for particularly skilled users. And that's all GURPS has for slings. I would say that a sling is a good ranged weapon of choice for a new player, as there are not many special rules and it does not require a lot of monetary investment. They definitely can deal a lot of damage and at short ranges can contend with bows. Their low strength requirement and swing-based damage make them appropriate ranged weapons for small races, such as halflings and goblins. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.